Okay, round is over in 4 minutes. So I will bring this to a quick 4-minute break. And then we will be back and ready for the next round. This is Joss, and we will be right back with the Lunar Rumble number 3. Alright, we are back a little bit early. We are going to be having Joyful Rogue. R-O-G-U-E? Yes. Alright, let me add Joyful Rogue, and I'll get him into lobby. And we can start our set between Byakko and Joyful Rogue. So I'm going to ping Joyful Rogue, we're going to get him to add me, and then we will get underway in game. Hopefully this will probably be a pretty good set. Joyful Rogue is a pretty crafty, creative player. He mostly streams. He's been streaming Faria since Alpha, which is when I started playing as well a little bit. So we've, both he and I are both very long-term veteran players that have, a lot of experience with the history of Faria, and he seems to really enjoy streaming. A lot more than I do, really. So he's a very good player. He's very creative. Definitely well versed in Faria, both mechanically and lore-wise. Just kind of comfortable and a veteran of the game in general. So we should see good games from him. I'm not sure how much I know about Byakko in particular. Byakko being a little bit more of a mystery to me, which is part of why I wanted to stream his set. Partially because he is currently 2-0 at 3rd place, which is pretty good. I have to say, that's pretty strong. So once Joyful Rogue gets in, we will be able to begin. Hey, that rhymed. Alrighty. So I'm going to allow players to pick their decks, and we will be underway. Here we go. Game number 1. Joyful Rogue against Byakko. Byakko being on top, Joyful Rogue on bottom. I'm going to turn up the music just a little bit. Alright, looks like Joyful is running red-blue control with Unbound Evolution, and Byakko looks like he's running Flyers. Both players choosing to discard their other hands and draw new ones. I agree in Byakko's case, I'm not 100% in Joyful Rogue's case. But he ended up getting a really good starting hand, so this looks fine to me. Both players are going to be opting for tech pretty early. Byakko has probably 5 or 6 cards in his deck that require 5 deserts, so he's going to need to be mindful. His opening hand only requires 2 in all cases, but he does need to tech additionally. Flyers tend to not want to spread a lot of land anyway, so he'll be playing mostly deserts throughout the game. Chooses to drop Kalim on turn 2. Kalim is a flyer with charge 2, making him a good gatherer. A bulky 6 HP body means he's hard to burn via red, but is easy enough to transform with blue. He costs, I believe, 5. Oh, he costs 5, okay. So not even really that great to reduce with a Mirror Phantasm, since the Phantasm would give him an extra point of attack. But Kalim is definitely a strong flyer. Byakko does not have any Drakkar Sky Captains in his deck, otherwise we probably would have seen that first. Drakkar Sky Captain tends to be the backbone of the deck, in addition to cards like Golden Aviary, Windborne Emissary, which generate a lot of value for the deck. Drakkar Sky Captain gives +1/+1 to any flying creature that you draw while the Sky Captain is alive on the field. So you can imagine if you get 2 or 3 of them out and start drawing into flying creatures, they all get +2/+2, +3/+3, and they end up becoming massive very quickly. So a Doomdrake and a Kalim is really interesting. He's going for the Salamander, which I agree with. This is a good play. Gets that 3 damage off to both Kalim and the Doomdrake. And we could see an Aviary here. Potentially another land as well. If he's going to do a land, he's going to do a desert. And by he, I mean Byakko. There's desert number 4. He does have a Windborne Champion in hand, so it is good that he's playing the deserts. It looks like he might... Yeah, he's hovering it. So he's going to trade Drake with what looks like the Salamander, if I had to guess. Turn down my Skype real quick. Ooh, and a Windborne Emissary. That makes things pretty interesting. Now Joyful Rogue has a bit of a choice to make. Since he doesn't have any board wipe, but he does have Blood Obelisk, he can opt to take down the Emissary, or he can opt to take down the Kalim, which is threatening face damage, or double Faria Collection, whichever he prefers. The Emissary is going to threaten 7 damage, which is quite a lot of damage, and Joyful Rogue does not have a lot of Faria to work with right now. So I would definitely say Byakko taking an early advantage with flyers. Already showing off the power that the deck can have. Now, this is a tough choice for Joyful Rogue. If he chooses to take down the Windborne Emissary, Kalim will almost certainly get... He'll almost certainly get 7 damage off, since he'll be able to play a 5th desert, drop a Kalim's follower that Kalim Sky Prodigy gives you for free when it hits the orb, and attack with it immediately since Kalim's follower has haste. But if he chooses to take out Kalim's follower, he's moving a bit out of position. Okay, so he's putting that... Alright, he does take down Kalim's follower, which reduces Windborne Emissary to 5 attack. There's no other flyers on the field. Top deck's a Sky Captain. Not really what he wants right now. He could afford to play it, but it's not exactly what he might want. Now, this Blood Obelisk needs to be taken out very, very shortly, in short order. And he's looking a little bit strapped for Faria, actually. He's going with a second Emissary. So Joyful Rogue should be able to hold this position. Having a desert this close to the orb is usually not that great, but he is starting to draw into Wow, he doesn't play anything. Oh, he doesn't have the lake count for Ninja Toad. But either the Aviary or one of those emissaries will be going down pretty shortly. He's playing a 6th desert. That's interesting to me. Ooh! Yeah, this is a blitz. Definitely not a great top deck for Joyful Rogue, but I question not playing more. He had played 2 neutral lands on one of his other turns. I would have probably just stuck with teching. He had 1 Mirror Phantasm in hand, and he's running a lot of blue cards with 3 lakes in their cost. He definitely needed to anticipate that tech. Oh, man. Chat's too funny. So yeah, we're seeing a Joyful Rogue sweating a little bit. Just putting down a 3rd lake, I believe. He does have 3 lakes. He is going to need to somehow get rid of both of these Windborn Emissaries, or at least use Unbound Evolution to transform into this thing a little bit smaller. I believe he can make this work. Ninja Toad, Unbound the other. Okay. Imperial Judge. Uh-oh. Well, I'm just going to chill in game until this goes away, because I want to see the end of the game. He uses Unbound Evolution and gets an Ignis. Oh, and my client crashed. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can hop back into game. Hopefully I'll be able to. And I don't believe so. Did it crash for them too? I'll have to find out. I need to find out if they finished that game. So definitely decent game. Yeah, definitely was a good game between. Whoa, definitely good between them. Ah, there we go. Joyful Rogue is in. We are ready. I am not sure if this is 1-0 or not. I will keep it at 0-0 until we can figure this out. So we are back. I'll keep the score at 0-0 for now. And I'll talk with one of the tournament organizers to be sure. So again, Byakko choosing to go with his Flyers deck, Joyful Rogue choosing to go with Red-Blue Control. Honestly, he has Byakko has a pretty similar hand to last time, only difference this time is a Soul Drain, but he still has Column and he still has a Dune Drake, so he might play this hand the same way, and he might play similarly aggressive. A slightly early, a Choking Sand, a slightly earlier Ancient Herald from Joyful Rogue. And he does use Choking Sand. Ooh, the Tyrant Axe draw. This is pretty... not great for Byakko.